Chapter 64. The surface burns differently. The moment they stepped out of the vault, the air tasted wrong. It wasn't just the heat, that dry, fire-touched edge that still clung to Decima's skin. It was the stillness. The woods around the cliffs were quiet. No birdsong, no breeze. Even the distant sound of the sea felt muted, like it had drawn back from the coast. Daniel scanned the trees, his steps slow and deliberate. Something's changed. Decima didn't speak. She could feel it in her chest. The shift. Her fire didn't hum the way it used to. It moved deeper now, coiled like something that had grown too large to stay contained. Behind them, Maela emerged last from the tunnel entrance, pushing aside the vines they had once used to hide the vault. She paused, looking around slowly. "It's too quiet." "No," Decima said. "It's listening." They began walking toward the valley path that would lead them back toward Porthcary. The ground felt drier beneath their feet than it had before. The trees leaned slightly in the wrong direction, like they'd been pulled by something that had passed overhead while they were underground. "Whatever was sealed down there," Daniel said. "The land knows it's moving again." Maela didn't argue. For once, she had nothing to say. They walked in silence until the woods opened to a wide ridge overlooking the lower hills. The sunlight felt thinner here. Not darker, but filtered, as if the sky wasn't sure what to do with them now. From this vantage, they could see the coastline, the cliffs, the sea, and something else. In the distance, above the treetops to the north, smoke curled into the sky. Not from fire, from release. It spiraled slowly, almost elegant in its movement, not rushing, not violent. A dragon's signal, or a reaction to what Decima had just become. By the time they reached the edge of Porthcary, the sky had shifted color. It wasn't the gray of weather or the dim of evening. It was tinted, faint gold threading through cloud, like the sun had been stained with something older. Daniel noticed it first. "That's not light pollution." "No," Decima murmured. "It's magic in the air." Everything felt sharper now. The wind carried weight. Even the birds sounded more distant, as if flying lower, uncertain of the sky. They crossed the last ridge and descended through the hidden path into the trees that surrounded Decima's home. The magic there still held. The concealment spell she'd woven years ago hadn't broken, but it trembled now, like even the enchantments could sense she wasn't the same. Maela lingered behind, arms folded tightly, watching everything with narrowed eyes. Decima reached the garden first, and stopped. Something was waiting. It wasn't a threat, not immediately, but it stood out like a burn in calm air. A man. Black coat, silver clasps, standing just outside the stone path. He didn't step forward, didn't speak, but Maela drew in a breath when she saw him. "Council emissary?" she muttered. Daniel tensed. "They sent someone already?" "No," Maela said. "He's not just someone." "That's Alric." The name landed hard. Decima's jaw clenched. Alric wasn't just a messenger. He was a handler. A witch the council sent when they weren't sure if they were dealing with a threat or a weapon. Alric inclined his head slightly, but his eyes didn't move from Decima. "The council would like to speak with you," he said. "Soon." Daniel stepped forward, but Decima raised her hand to stop him. She held Alric's gaze. "Tell them," she said. "They're already too late." Alric didn't move. He stood calmly, arms folded behind his back, like this was a routine check-in, not the moment everything was starting to shift. But Decima could feel the magic rolling off. Him, contained, controlled, weaponized. He wasn't here for conversation. "I'm not interested in a summons," she said. Alric raised an eyebrow, faintly amused. "You haven't been summoned." "Not officially. The council wishes to offer you a conversation before others begin making decisions you may not like." Daniel stepped closer to her side. "So threats now come with polite wording." "I'm not threatening anyone." Alric's voice remained even. "But when a sealed vault flares open for the first time in 600 years, when dragons stir, and when a witch walks out marked in fire, people start asking questions." Decima's fire stirred in her chest. "Let them ask," she said. "I'm not hiding anymore." Maela shifted behind them. For once she didn't speak. Her silence was more telling than anything she could have said. Alric nodded once. "I was hoping you'd say that." He stepped back, the breeze pulling at the edge of his coat. "The council will convene formally in 3 days. Your presence will be requested, not required." His gaze flicked to Daniel. "But if you decline, the conversation will happen without you, and decisions will be made." He didn't wait for a response. He turned and walked calmly down the path, not retreating. Just delivering the message and leaving her with the weight of what came next. Daniel exhaled slowly. They're already setting up the story. I know. They're going to try to control it. They can't. Decima's fire rose under her skin again, steady and sure. This time she didn't suppress it.